Hey everybody, it's Kraken. Stacking with Kraken, Kraken Travis, or Kraken. I'm probably just gonna go back to where I just called myself Kraken Travis. It seems to fit. I mean, stacking with Kraken is good too. But I really did like the Kraken. Just Kraken by itself was fine. Everybody knows me. Well, at least they claim to, and the ones that I haven't paid off yet. Oh, I'm just playing. I don't pay nobody off. I can't hardly pay attention. But I just wanted to reach out to y'all a little bit. I've been making videos a while. I try to make one as many times as I can. It would be really appreciative if y'all would at least. I mean, I know y'all come in and I get views. I do. I get plenty of views, but I don't get hardly any comments. I got 7 or 8 people that really. I mean, they do. They do. They're on there every time, and that's great. It really is. And I know everybody's busy and they got to, but I make time to go to y'all's videos and leave a comment. Whether it be one word or 2 words or a sentence, I at least make the effort to do so because I know it counts. Now some of y'all that don't have channels, I can't do nothing for y'all, but I do at least go and watch your videos or watch a video with you in it, or I try to be as I just want to get my stuff up too. I mean, in the beginning, it was just to get to 500. It took me 3 years. It took me up to do this year. That's right at 3 years and 2 months, I think it was, just to get to 500. And I see a lot of people surpassing that, and that's great. I promote them all the way. I just want to stay with the crowd. I don't want to be the dude tailing them. Um, and I ain't trying to get monetized because I could care less about the monetization. I just want to stick with the crowd. I want to grow with everybody else. And I can't believe that out of all the people that I speak to in every chat stream I ever go into, they act like they've known me all my life. I mean, and if they're not subscribed, I don't know why. Because everything I do, I know I'm not one of the best people in the world to make a video, but I try. I like making people laugh. I like making people feel good. And now I know some of my videos, I get upset, but y'all got to understand, my daughter's not here anymore, and it's hard for me uh, to be happy all the time. But when I'm around the stream, when I'm in a stream with y'all, I try not to let that show. Now there's occasions where, like everybody, they break. I mean, I can't. I spend a lot of time wondering whether or not it's worth me being here. And no, I'm not suicidal, so don't think that I'm not. Uh, I just I just miss my daughter. I mean, y'all just don't understand. We were tight. Uh, and I mean, that's the reason I got into YouTube real heavy after, things happened. I try to stay busy. I try to keep my mind going, doing other things. But it just comes a time when, you start thinking about, you hear a song on the radio and you think of that person. Everybody's got loss, I know. I talked to Miss Ida and Paula Bloom and all them the other day, and they told me to just stay close to friends and talk to a therapist if I have to. And it helps. I mean, I pick on Sailor just to keep from crying about something else. I pick on Robert because Robert's Robert. I mean, if you don't know Robert, I don't suggest you do it. It's just the way Robert is. But I mean, if you're gonna dish it out, you better be willing to take it from Robert. I told him everything he knows. He's my grandson. Not really. He's not really my grandson. But he's been saying I'm his grandfather or grandpa since first of last year, I think it was. I've always been there, and I'm always gonna try to be there for Robert, whether it be joking or serious. Um, and everybody knows that I'm gonna talk about Robert. Robert's one of my best, closest friends, next to, you know, some of the others that are around. Uh, I can't hang with the crowd, but I stay up as long as I can until I can't do it no more. But me myself, when I can't participate in a stream, I get I get bored whether I mean, because I know that when you're talking in the stream, you'll get some people that you're talking to, but then you feel left out sometimes. And then when I start to feel that way, that's when I leave. But it ain't because I'm mad. It's just because it's better for me. You know, I go and try and do something else to preoccupy my mind. You know, my daughter called me at 7 o'clock every night. Every single night at 7 o'clock she called. And every night at 7 o'clock for a while there, I watched the phone waiting for a call that wasn't even going to come through. And I still, to this day, wait by the phone. But I always try to be in a stream or doing something else to preoccupy my mind. And it takes a lot for me to tell y'all this because I don't deal with it. I hardly ever deal with it. Now, I'm going to tell you something else, too. Tim, which is Ashes, he's a fireman, and he works in, I think they call, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, Binghamton, Virginia. And I may be wrong on how I said it because, you know how them northerners are. They got to be precise on what they say. You know, like my version of coupon and his version of coupon is different. He says coupon and I say coupon because I put the words like they are. I mean coupon, coup, you know, because COU or CUO is coup, or COU is coup. And then the last, I mean, if you get on a pontoon boat, pond, PON, pond, coupon, coupon. I mean, he says it pond. I said poop. I said poon, coupon. Anyway, we're just getting off track. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you, Tim is a really good guy. Even though, you know, me and him didn't talk about my situation in depth, the fact that Tim took the time to talk to me, and just like anybody else that was in Miss Ida's stream, the people who took the time to listen, they didn't judge me, they just listened. And then they gave me their little bit of, you know, encouragement. And a little bit of anything that's encouraging goes a long way, especially when you're dealing with loss. I'm not an expert on it by any means, but in my case, it helps. In the last couple of months, I've had it really, really, really rough. I mean, I got really sick in September, and I was scared. I ain't gonna lie. I was scared because I couldn't even get out of bed. I didn't think I was gonna pull through. But in the same note, that entire 31 days that I was down, talking about when I got sick, it was in the previous month, and then it dragged me through the entire month of September, and then even into the following month, which is first of this month. I'm still got the cough, and it's probably because I smoke. I admit it. I mean, it doesn't help for me to smoke, but I mean, this is my outlet. You know, this is what I do. I mean, I don't tell y'all how to, you know, stop doing stuff that y'all do. If you're drinking, I don't tell you to stop drinking. That's your thing. It ain't my place to tell you nothing. I'm here to listen for you, and I'm willing to be a shoulder if needed, just like Tim was to me. And whether he said, "Hey, how you doing? Kiss my butt, shut up, cracking what up," or flip me off. The thing about it is Tim took the time to do something. And he didn't do it because he's a fireman. He did it because he's my friend. And I don't expect any. If you know anybody that knows me, they know I don't like to ask for help. I don't. Never have. And I hate telling anybody something. And I sure as hell don't like for people to. I don't like to be felt sorry for, because I'm not. I mean, it bothers me. And this video's probably, it's gone longer than I wanted it to, because, and I didn't really want to get on this aspect. My main issue is when you go in to watch one of my videos, would you please leave a comment? It would be most appreciative. I'm trying to get my rates up. I'm not trying to get monetized. I don't want it. I don't care for it. don't need it. All I want to do is grow like everybody else. And I want to do it in a way that I feel sane about it. Not insane, but I want to be sane. I just want to grow with the rest of the group. Like I said, and I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm crazy about my stuff. I'm crazy about Hot Wheels. I wish I could be as crazy about silver as the rest of the silver community. And I do like silver. I'll be crazy not to. I like sterling silver too. More so than I do regular silver. I just think it's a better quality silver. Now, and I may be wrong. I probably am. I never claimed to be an expert on silver. You have to talk to all them guys. This Reckless Metals. Now, I'm going to tell you. Reckless Metals, I met them through my grandson, Robert Caldwell. But I mean, only, briefly, hey, how you doing? What's up? And, me and Robert picking at each other and whatnot. Now, I was in his stream the other week, and I said something to Reckless about a piece. If he had any kind of Reckless Metal piece that I could afford, I can't put down $1,000 on anything. I am on a tight budget. Everything that I have comes out at the first, the middle, and the end of the month. And everything is set up to where it has to be a certain amount in the account at all times. I mean, that's just the way it is. I can't deviate from that pattern, because if I get, say I go into it, I know everybody sees me do super chats. Now I have a little bit of money that I have set to the side in my PayPal account that I pay for super chats. I also buy toys for tots, and I donate them. If I go on an auction stream that they're auctioning off clothes or whatnot. Not the stream whatnot, but I'm talking about if I go into an auction and they got clothes for children, or if they got toys for children. I don't care if they're vintage or not. If there's a child out there that don't have something, and I can get it to them, I'm gonna get it to them. I mean, we have kids up here at this hospital that don't get any kind of Christmas. Even there's in certain areas they're the same way. Even poverty is real, y'all. So, as much as I love my Hot Wheels, I will go in my room and I'll pull a case out. And I'll put 25, 30, 40 of them in there. I mean, they're all extras. And then dolls, if I go and there's girls that don't have any kind of toys, I'll go to the Walmart. I'll go to Family Dollar. I'll go anywhere I can find something that I can buy for a little girl. Whether it be clothes. If I get them clothes, they're going to get a toy too, because the child doesn't want to play with clothes. They want to play with a toy. And I'm talking about, certain type ages. You got from 10 to 0 or 10 to 3. They always want a toy to play with. And I always make it a point to do so. It doesn't make me any different from anybody else. I just hate to see a child go without. I mean, I've been plenty of places and I couldn't do anything, and it tore me out of the frame. I just think it's bad when kids don't have anything. I mean, there's so many options out there. When I first started, when I got married to my first wife, me and her, we couldn't have children. And then we'd hear about how children would be abandoned or worse. And there's people out there that can't have kids and would want kids. And there's people out there that do have kids and just throw them away. It irritates me to the highest level. I mean, seriously. But, it is what it is. They've been doing it for as long as I know about. I'm 57. No, 57. Trying to give myself 10 more years. I'm 57. And as long as I could knew anything about that. That's all I've ever heard in any conversation, around the parents or whatnot, church, any kind of obligation, anything that has to do with the talk around group of people. They always toys and tots is one thing that comes up in just about every conversation uh, when it gets close to Christmas. Why not talk about them toys and tots all year round? Just because it's one day, the Lord's Day, it's Christmas Day. You got Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Santa Claus, suppose he comes on Christmas Eve and he leaves the toys. Why does it have to be one day that you leave toys? Why can't that child, if you know that child is doing without, make it a birthday? Birthday every day. I mean, I'm not going to say go out there and spend your entire rest of your money out on somebody else's child. I'm not. I'm just saying there's plenty of outlets around that you can get some stuff together and give it to a child that's in need. And make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons. Get the child's size. So, I mean, I don't give no receipts to nobody. I don't tell them where I got them. Most of the time I will tell them where I got them. It's like I got it from the thrift store. But they've been washed, they've been cleaned, and they're just as new or just as good as they were the very first day. I ain't going out there and buying a whole bunch of shredded up clothes. I'm saying you know what's good and what's not. Tennis shoes. I don't buy tennis shoes if it's in a thrift store. I don't care. I mean, you wash them and dry them just like you do clothes. But I don't. It's something about somebody else having their feet in my tennis shoes that's not gonna sit well with me, and I don't want no child to feel the same way. So I don't mind going and buying some shoes. I can go to Rose's and pick up a pair of tennis shoes or a pair of shoes for a child that's under $20. You know. But now if they were to over $20, I'd still buy them. It's a good cause. And then you got the MIW, which is a cause that Keeping Rose stands behind, where I think it's missing indigenous women, people who've disappeared and swept up under a rug and nobody cared about. Now they're starting to do something about it, and I think that's great. And if y'all need to support that if you can. I'm not saying support it financially. I'm just saying be there for somebody. I mean, you can look up this stuff without me telling you about it, and you find out. I mean, some of this stuff is appalling, really, that goes on. And then you got the Wounded Warrior Project, which is something I really love being a part of. John Howe got me involved in the Wounded Warrior. I knew about Wounded Warrior, but never get to the point where it is today. MLZB and Steve Looking for Silver and Shift Kicker, Second Chance, Snoopy Stacks, Cash Money, Chuck Stacks, all of them people. And if vote for Pedro, all of them, they have something to do with Wounded Warrior Project. And and then they do this big auction, and the Blue Angels match whatever we bring or whatever they bring in for the Wounded Warrior Project. So if they make 5,000, the Blue Angels are gonna match it 5,000. So they're giving 10,000 to the Wounded Warrior Project. Miss Ida, she does the children's fund for the kids that are at the hospital. She raises money for those children that'll stay in the hospital for the rest of their life, that have cancer and can't get out and do stuff like normal kids. And that's great. I mean, but you don't have to go out there and do, you don't have to go out and buy $1,000 worth of stuff. I'm just saying, if you know a child that needs some stuff, make it a little gift. Might be the first one they've gotten the whole year. But anyway, I'm going to get off of that. I just wanted to, like I said, touch base with y'all about, leaving a comment. Please leave a comment, whether you like it or not. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. If you do like it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to leave a bad comment, leave a bad comment. If you want to leave a good comment, leave a good comment. I just want you to leave a comment of some kind where it'll count. And I'm sorry I got off subject, but there's certain things that tick me I mean, I hate it when people won't do what they know is right. And I'm not saying that about this coin community, because this coin community that I've been associated with for the last 3.5 years, I get blown away every time I go on a stream. Seriously, this is the best stream, best coin community I've ever been around. It's the only coin community I've ever been around, because I never really was a coin thing until I got with this community. And my Silver Squad, that's where I met Robert. And but I started watching JB Coins, and then everybody had something to say about that. So I stopped watching JB and I started watching, other streams. And I was like, well, y'all have y'all's things that y'all say about certain, things. I'm gonna go back to doing what I like to doing, and I like going to where I go. I'm not gonna talk bad about their stream, even if they mistreated me. I'm not gonna do it. It's just not my style. I just know not to go back in there. I don't have a beef with anybody until they have a beef with me, just like anybody else. Sorcerer Stan, me and him pick at each other all the time. And me, at me, not me, but there's a guy in there that's called me. Me and him pick at each other all the time. And when one of those two people, or one of those friends of yours that you talk to every time you go somewhere, like if you go on a stream, and you don't see them for a couple of times, you wonder, should you reach out and say, hey, is there a problem? Are you okay? I mean, I didn't see you. I do. I have their phone number. Well, I don't have Source Stan's phone number, but I have a way of contacting him, just like I do me. I make it a point to contact somebody. I know everybody's got their life to live, but when you stop doing something, just cut it off altogether. It makes you wonder about folks. Especially those ones that you can't just drive across town and say hello to. But Vincent. I mean, he lives in South Carolina, I think it is, just below me. It's like an 8-hour drive, 6 to 8 hour drive. But still, if he don't come in the stream, I ask about him too. But that's what friends are for. Asking, being there, helping out, doing the things you need to do. I'm gonna cut this off. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get cussed out. I don't care. Scratch and go, you can cuss me out all you want to. I don't care. Sailor Stacking, you the same way. I miss you, buddy. I'm gonna tell you right now. I love talking to you on the phone, but I do miss you in the streams. But I know everybody's got to do what they got to do to get themselves right. I understand. Supreme Ginger Stackle, you top notch with me, boss. I might pick at you a lot, but it's only out of love. See Happy Chappy and Second Chance. I will get your package out. It will go out Monday. I'm sorry for the delay. It's just I haven't had a chance to do anything that I need to do. I've got a bunch of packages in there that's got to go out. Thomas, TOAN, I'm sorry. Yours will go out Monday also. I don't like to send stuff over the weekend. Even though my dad only comes and gets me on Friday, I've switched it up with him to maybe go out on the first of the week. So stuff ain't sitting in the post office. It's constantly moving. Because not all post offices are open 6 days a week. So anyway, I want y'all to have a good night. Stay safe. Be blessed. And Kraken's gone. Love y'all. Later, y'all.